What's up, Dace-tacular Nation? Chris, the Dace Man Dace here, back in the basement. And as you see, full house tonight. To my left, Gibbles.
Congratulations, guys. You get my presents yet again.
Woo! Did we ever want it?
Always.
Damn. Immediately to my right, Cheever.
What up, everyone?
And literally made it just like 30 seconds before we hit the theme song. Tits.
I made it in time. That's what matters.
So we're back in the basement. I'm no longer in Atlanta. That's where I was the last 2 weeks.
For the time being.
And you know, this week Gibby's not in charge, so we'll have audio the whole time.
Yeah, you didn't have audio to begin.
Maybe,
My bad. It's a good thing. They just see you instead of hearing you.
Oh,
yeah.
I even left those. I pulled those two out so I wouldn't do that, and I did it anyway. That is hurtful.
Success.
So I don't know about you guys. I'm happy to be home. But I have been adamantly following all day the Senate race in Alabama.
Who's winning right now?
Oh, yeah, shit.
They haven't reported anything back, but
So is it the child molester or the Democrat?
the exit polls are 50-50. So here's what's driving, like, this is Alabama's chance to prove to the world that they're not Alabama. Like, this is your time to get away from that stereotype of, like, assholes and hicks.
So how hard are they gonna fuck it
Oh
up?
my god, that's why I keep looking. Like, I have CNN on my phone right
Is
now.
that why you got so angry?
Yeah.
What?
And we'll find out about that later.
I was wondering why you were on CNN's website.
Like, I have it on here, like, my favorites right now, and I'm just trying to keep an eye on it. Nothing's reported in yet. But, okay, the polls have just officially closed in Alabama.
Yeah, because 8 o'clock.
It's just the shit that has come out of that state, and people are like, I'm still voting for him. What?
Why?
What? Like, his wife came out and said, we can't be anti-Semitic. Our lawyer's a Jew. And it was...
That's a Lucille Bluth. By the way, that is a quote from Lucille Bluth from The Arrested Development.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I mean, that's a reason.
And she probably got 10 more votes for her fucking husband by saying that.
Exactly.
Like, he's the same man who he talked about a better time being like the 1800s, early 1800s, when
Yeah.
family was strong. And somebody went, well, there's also slavery. And Roy just kind of goes, well, except for that, you know. But, like, it was a better time. It's like there was so much wrong back then.
He also did mention at one point, it was like, anything past the 10th Amendment shouldn't be a thing, which is, you know, slavery, women's rights to vote, like a whole bunch of
I
shit.
can't.
So this is your chance, Alabama. Don't fuck it up.
They're gonna fuck it up.
They're gonna fuck it up.
They fucked it up.
They are.
They fuck each other. They fuck each other. So it's not gonna
The
happen.
sad thing is too, it's not even like the popular areas are still like us. They're modernized. It's those little blips of red in between the major cities in Alabama that are gonna fuck this election
The
up.
problem is those little blips of red are so densely populated at the same time, it's ridiculous. Because there's like 17 people in one fucking house.
Oh yeah, and they are passionate about voting, whereas everybody who lives near the pop,
cities
yeah,
could not get
yeah,
it.
it's like,
Shit.
fuck it, doesn't matter. It's like, oh my god, this guy came out on stage and just waved a gun for the hell of it. Like, I'm your Republican nominee, woo! Fucking crazy. Anyway,
Hopefully shot up a couple.
he might have. He reminds me of the oil tycoon from The Simpsons that just comes out and starts blasting his gun for no fucking reason.
Doug Dimmadome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's just the over-the-top Southern character.
So
and
I guess we're going political news at the beginning.
Well, I've been passionately following it because, again, this is Alabama's chance to not be Alabama.
Can't look at CNN right now too much because, you know, he got a little pissed earlier. So.
I am, and
Spoiler
we'll.
alert, we know who the douchebag of the week is.
That is some bullshit to post that as it's still there. Like, get that off your main page. I don't want to see that shit.
Oh.
And you'll know why later. So that's spoiler alerts. I guess I don't have my Fitbit on today.
We're not doing
I have no track of time.
more political news.
8:05.
Why do you have some stories up?
No, I was gonna
That
say
says
we
GameSpot.
can always talk about the
Give me your
FCC,
politics.
Talk about what?
the FCC, net
Oh,
neutrality.
the thing that could hurt
yeah,
us.
That's
Yeah, that's
that's
gonna kill
coming
us.
up in 2
Yeah, that's
days.
2 days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2 days.
if the Senate doesn't crush it, which I think they may, we're fucked. Basically.
The way our government works, I think it's just gonna gridlock.
That's what I'm saying.
and
The
then
Senate's, no,
explode.
the Senate's gonna crush it. I feel like.
I don't know.
the power of lobbyists.
Is John McCain still in there?
Yeah, yes.
John
Yeah.
McCain's brain tumor has been making him think like a real human for once.
You know what I think happened?
He just hates Trump.
Yeah, that's clearly
glorious.
Clearly.
He had got diagnosed with it. Had to go over some like surgeries to kind of like figure out how the issue was. He flew back to Washington just to fuck him over with a thumbs down and go right back.
Yeah, he's been thinking like an actual human being ever since he got diagnosed with brain cancer. So
God.
I
I
think
think someone pulled him, I was in the hospital. Someone probably pulled him to the side and was like, "This is what happens to poor people, and this is why Medicaid's a good thing.
I don't think
you
so.
can afford this.
I think
this
it's
person's
solely-
going to die." And he went, "Holy shit! This is why I'm in office."
No, I really think it's...
I don't think so. I think it's now that he's basically knows he's going to die,
Let's
and
fuck
he
with Trump.
basically says,
He doesn't
"Fuck
care.
all his lobbyists, fuck everyone that he owes money to," and he's actually trying to help people out. I guarantee
Or
you,
the
every.
tumor's just sitting on the part of his brain that was fucked up before. So
I
it's just
doubt
sucking
it.
all
I
up.
bet you any one of the senators can do it. It's just the fact that none of them want to because they're always worried about re-election, and
Rather
he doesn't
than-
have to worry about that.
Yeah, he's done basically.
Yeah, he's done.
He's immortal. He'll live.
No.
John McCain has
gonna
been
be sad.
around since the dawn of time.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a sad day when
Yeah.
he steps away.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, I've loved McCain
Right,
ever
yeah.
since 2008 with the whole Maverick thing. Like, oh, I'm a Maverick, and then he got that nut job to be his running mate that completely overpowered him for the rest of the race. It's like, oh, let's look at the hot one who looks like she'd be a porn star.
Exactly.
Oh, what?
Palin.
Palin.
Don't
yeah.
you know? I could see a
The good
Russia
old
from my
Southern
backyard.
woman who had a daughter with a teen pregnancy.
Southern woman stuck in Alaska.
Yeah, she probably kicked the crap out of
Oh,
fucking Bear
Christ.
too.
Oh my God, absolutely, and overshadowed McCain to say
Yes.
the least.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, on that note, I think it's a proper time to go into sports.
How about sports? You follow sports?
It's you.
It's
It's
all
my
you.
turn. Well,
It's
I
you.
didn't know if
It's
my
all
mic
you.
was on again.
Oh, it is. I
No.
turned yours
No,
off
guys.
specifically first.
I can turn it
No,
off.
yeah, we can turn it off.
So week 14 of NFL is in the books, and it's
Screw week 14.
me and give me your
Damn
little
it to
salty,
hell.
We'll get there. All right. So week 14 shows the Falcons beating the Saints 20-17. The
That's
Packers
shocking.
beating the Browns. What else is
Go
new?
Browns.
27 to
That game was
21.
way too close
They
for my
almost
liking.
lost. The
Yeah.
Browns almost got their first win of the
I
season
was
this year.
way too
Yeah,
close
that
to
was-
be.
yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know how the hell that
was
happened.
weird.
Yeah.
The Lions beating the Buccaneers 24 to 20. Mercer-driven Buccaneers 24 to 21.
One fucking job, man.
No,
One.
I'm not you.
One.
I hand you over the reins and you just start butchering the shit out of it.
I'm always
Deep
gonna butcher the
breaths,
one
you're
part.
fine. Deep
Anyways,
breaths, you're fine.
so the Chiefs lost to
Up,
the Raiders.
up, up.
They're not-
Undefeated.
Undefeated
not
Kansas City Chiefs.
Anywho, the
God,
Panthers
they're
beating the
doing
Vikings
So bad.
Oh, they're-
31 to 24.
They
That,
lost
that
the-
helped us out so
Yes, it did. The Vikings?
much.
Yes.
they
So
lost the un
much.
part of undefeated.
Yeah, they did. They did.
They've been
At
defeated
least
for the
you
last 6
admit it
weeks.
now.
It's been 6 weeks in a row. You can't really
Just
stick to your
one.
guns.
Yeah,
So the 49ers beating the Texans 26 to 16.
that's crazy.
The Bills beating the Colts 13 to 7. That was rough too.
yeah.
The
Fucked me over in the pick'ems.
Bears.
The Bears.
All failed.
Well, I was talking about how like this the week just completely
All right,
fucked me in
we're gonna try that
pick'ems.
over. The Bills or the Bears beating the Bengals
The Bears.
Fat
33 to
tire.
7. The Cowboys beating the Giants 30 to 10.
The girls. Right.
Yes.
The Cardinals beating the Titans 12 to 7.
The
The
Cams.
scores have just been bullshit this week.
Yeah, it was a weird
The
week.
Broncos beating the Jets 23 to nothing.
The Jets.
The
Zero.
The team that must not be named
Thank you.
losing to the Chargers 30 to 13. The
Yep.
Jaguars.
That's kind of crazy
The
too.
Jaguars beating the Seahawks 30 to
That-
24.
That irritates me. How the hell do they beat and we can't? as
I don't
Eagles-
know.
Oh.
I don't know. Then there's the Eagles beating the Rams
Ugh.
33-35, which we need
With
to
a
talk
broken
about.
ankle.
We need to talk about the end of that game. The Steelers beating the Ravens by 1 point at 39-38, and the Dolphins
Monday night.
beating the Patriots. The Dolphins beating the Patriots.
You have completely
27-20.
fucked up my Pick'ems league this week, NFL.
Yes.
Nothing I chose was winning.
It was a rough week.
The
to think of.
Dolphins? Come on!
So, listen though. Okay, so can we talk about the end of that Eagles game though? With that lateral pass fuck up with 1 second left in the game. That
I didn't
was
see it.
pathetic. So at the end of the game, the Rams were trying to come back with 1 second left. So they fucked up and they did a lateral pass in the backfield, trying to go from player to player.
Yeah.
Fumbled it or interception.
No, he threw it, and the guy just ran in front of it and caught it. It
So
just,
intercepted it,
yeah.
and then the Eagles defense went and ran it in for a touchdown with 1 second left.
Yes. It doesn't.
Woo!
Yeah,
We
it
were
was,
only winning
yeah.
by 1 point at that point, and then the Rams just said, "Here, have the rest."
Wow, insult to injury.
I
with
said
that
it screwed over. I screwed over Vegas horribly.
Yes, it had to have. So
Yeah.
with that game, that also made the Eagles the first
Because-
team in the fucking NFL to clinch a playoff spot. The Eagles
Yeah.
clinched the NFC East, and the
What's called clinched as well.
yes, the Steelers clinched
But
the AFC
later, right?
North.
Yeah, later,
They had to
right.
wait. Once the
Yes.
Pats lost, yeah.
Yes, but the Eagles were the first team to clinch a playoff spot this year. What is that? Like, what is
Yeah.
that? But unfortunately, there was also a very big loss in that Eagles game.
In
My,
cap,
my, my, o-
We
my only
trust.
thing here is thank the Lord we're versing the Giants.
Yes. Well,
Thank
Hold
the
on.
Lord.
Also, we don't have
This
to do
past
shit till
week-
playoffs.
yeah, this past week of the NFL, do you really want to say thank the Lord we're playing the Giants?
yes.
Mm,
Yes.
The Giants are like
Oh my God, yes.
10-11 or like 2-11.
Yeah.
So?
But what I'm saying is unfortunately Carson Wentz did tear
My
his
my
ACL.
thing is now if Foles cannot win that game, just throw in the
fucked.
fucking
Yes,
towel.
we are
Just
fucked.
throw
But-
in the fucking.
Why would
I
Foles be
would
playing?
start
Why would
trading off
Foles
the
be
team.
playing?
Because Carson Wentz
Carson
tore
Wentz
his
is dead.
ACL.
Yeah.
But from what reports are saying and from what Carson seems to be saying, it seems like the tear isn't big. It's not a bad one. It's just a slight tear.
It does. He's
He's
down
out
for the fucking
He's
season.
down for the season, but the hopes are that if we do make it by some fucking miracle, hopefully he could possibly be back for the Super Bowl.
No.
Hopefully.
They're not
And
gonna
there-
put him in
no.
the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't if
I
Foles
would.
took him that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I
Without a
wouldn't.
doubt. Foles got him to that point. No fucking way.
But Foles didn't get them to that point. Carson Wentz got them to
If
that
he
point.
gets
It's-
through the freaking playoffs, hell yeah, he
Yeah.
got him to that
we'll
point.
say. But good
I'd
news
play the
is,
hot hand. Without a doubt, I'd play the hot hand.
with week 15 coming up, though, there's a couple more teams that could potentially clinch a playoff spot. If Minnesota wins this week, they'll clinch the NFC North. And if the Rams win, if Detroit loses, and if Green Bay loses, and Atlanta loses, the Rams get the playoff spot.
When did the Vikings get good? I mean, we've been doing this
Sure.
show for 5 years,
I
and Frank
know.
has said nothing but
11
negative
No, the
things about
Vikings-
it.
11-3,
All
right?
the Vikings need to do is win or
Well,
tie
maybe.
this week, and they've got the NFC North.
That coach is probably, I think, should really get the coach of the year job.
He's done very well
I don't
with
know
what's
how-
been handed to them this
I
season.
have no idea
Yeah.
how they're winning.
On
I mean,
top of
they
that-
lost like 2 quarterbacks. Like, I don't think anyone on their lines played 2 consecutive games in a
So-
row. It's like, what the hell?
On top of that, if the Patriots win, they will clinch the AFC East. And if
Surprise, surprise.
Jacksonville wins, they will get a playoff spot. Now, if the Eagles and Steelers still have a bet within this week. If the Eagles win and Minnesota loses, the Eagles get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And if they win and Minnesota still loses and someone else
It
loses,
doesn't
we
even
get a bye
matter.
week.
We get the home field advantage. I don't think it's
I would
really gonna
prefer the
matter.
bye week, but the problem is with the bye week is that we don't do good after bye weeks. But it's one less week we have to worry about Foles.
You kind of need the bye week
Because it's one less
because
week we have to worry
well,
about
no,
Foles.
I'd want the team practicing both weeks because you got a new fucking
I
quarterback.
know.
He needs the
But
the reps at
to-
this point.
For us to get home field advantage and a bye week, we have to win. Minnesota has to lose.
No, we just have to win out. If we win out,
To get the home field advantage,
Yeah.
Minnesota has to lose though.
no. Even
Yes.
if we win out, Minnesota wins out, we get the home field advantage. We have a
don't get
better
home field,
record.
it says it right here. I'm reading it.
They have 3 losses. We have 2. We'll have a better record.
Minnesota still has to lose for us to get home field advantage. I'm telling you now.
But okay, keep going
We'll
with that.
find
Literally
out.
reading
We'll
it.
find
Yeah.
out. We'll find
On
out.
NFL
We'll have
website.
a better record. It doesn't matter.
I'm reading it on NFL's
I don't know
website.
how the football works.
It's okay.
The best record goes, and then it goes into your matchup against that team, which I don't think did they verse the Vikings? It doesn't matter. Even if they versed them, they had to win.
From what
And
I'm
then the next one is their division.
look,
division
from what I'm
record.
reading on
Let's
NFL.
watch Madden and find out.
From what
Yeah.
I'm reading on NFL.com, for us to get
I'm
the
thinking
first
you're
round
thinking
bye,
next week.
No,
if
I'm-
they
week
win and the Vikings lose next week, yes,
this
we
is
automatically
week, no,
clinch it.
this is week 15, correct? Coming up, correct?
Yes,
From NFL.com, from what they're saying,
correct.
for us to get a bye week, yes, all we have to do is win. But for us to clinch home field advantage, Minnesota also has to lose.
Next week.
No, this week, coming up.
Yes,
I-
that's what I'm saying. This
Sunday.
week coming up.
Yes, like
but
the 15th.
if
Sunday,
we win
Sunday.
and the Vikings win, and
We
then we
only
win
got-
again and the Vikings win again, we still clinch.
No, I'm telling you, I'm
Oh,
reading, from
whatever.
from what it's saying, no.
We have the best record. You
I'm telling you.
can't tell me that we don't clinch
So,
home
I'm
field.
gonna listen to NFL.com.
There's only 2 more games left?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
It's-
2 games
No, we're
left.
in week 3 games. Week
Thought they
15,
played-
16, 17.
So they only play the Giants and the Cowboys, that's it?
No,
Oh, you're
Raiders,
right. Shit.
Cowboys,
I'm
Giants.
thinking
Thank
16. I'm
you.
thinking 16.
No, we're in week 15.
Well, no, there's 16 games. I forgot about buys. You're
Yeah.
right. So it's 3 games.
So we're, but yeah, so
Aha!
we have 3 games left. After we have the Raiders on Christmas Day.
I brought value to the conversation.
We have the Giants this week coming up, and then we have the Cowboys on New Year's Eve.
Ha! I brought value to the
Don't look at
conversation.
NFL.com
Exactly.
trying to prove me wrong, bitch.
I'm just looking.
Yes.
I'm almost positive that we have
Gibson,
the
I want
best
you to
records.
Read. I want you to read and tell me what NFL's website says. For the
He
Eagles
can't
to-
read. He stutters.
it's
We've
very
gone
true.
over this
He's-
over
he's
every
just
video
I'll
game.
read it
It's
too.
like,
Read
way
it, to
too
me.
much.
Read it out, please.
Where at?
Under Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia clinches home field advantage throughout NFC playoffs. 1. Philadelphia wins plus Minnesota loss.
Thank you.
Philadelphia clinches the first
The
round bye.
only way-
That's next week.
No,
Number-
that's week 15. That's the week coming up. We are
That's
in
what
week
I'm saying, though. It's exactly what I'm saying.
No, you're
But
you're not.
if they both win out and neither team loses, we still clinch.
We don't clinch home field advantage.
Or no, we don't
a bye
clinch.
week.
You can
There's a
tie
bunch
in
of other
football?
news. Yeah, you can tie in football.
You can tie in football. You have to go through.
Yes.
So way
It's-
way it
it's
works
almost
is
impossible,
you get
but
1
it
quarter
is
of
possible.
overtime. You each get a possession, and then if you score something in the possession, if like you still get a chance to go, but like basically it's really hard. Like you have to go through a full 15 minutes of no scoring. Again.
Huh.
Yeah.
That sounds boring.
It's really hard, but Eagles did do it one year.
Really?
Yeah, Eagles tied one year.
That's
I remember
boring.
that. A couple years ago they did.
Yeah, McNabb did, and then he was famously quoted as, "I didn't realize the game can end in a tie."
Hey, me either. Like I
Well,
know
no.
as much as the quarterback.
He's a professional athlete getting paid millions of dollars and doesn't know the fucking rules. That's the sad part.
Hey, CNN is fake news. And
Racist.
oh, well, I wouldn't say
Blaze,
racist.
Blaze, that's not how you spell racist. I don't think.
I would say it's
This is
more
racist.
so.
Yeah,
It's
that
who's
says
the
racist.
fastest. It's who's the fastest.
So are they lifting up their skirts a little bit? I don't.
I would say they hate people who like Star Wars, and you'll find out why later.
What's that square on
That's
the
not,
screen?
yeah.
Oh, that's because I have the mouse there. If we get a new follower, that's where the magic would pop up. So the people couldn't see it, but we could see it because
It was really fucking me up for a second.
I like it.
Do you have any more sports?
No, Gibby already annoyed me, so go on to Gibby.
That runs
That's
through
not a
quick.
good segue.
Yeah, that's a horrible.
That's a horrible segue. Set
Wow.
someone
And
up.
you're missing hockey. Didn't something
yeah.
happen in baseball? Because I know
Oh.
Corbin
I don't
keeps
follow.
bitching.
I don't
Oh,
care about it.
he's not bitching, gloating.
He's happy.
gloating.
Somebody went to
Oh.
the Yankees, so
Uh,
Corbin thinks he's great.
Derek Jeter went down to the Marlins and sold their best player to the Yankees. And that's why he's so happy. It's Stanton.
Stanton.
Yeah, Stanton's going to the
Somebody
Yankees.
from the Browns got traded to the Patriots too.
Oh, lucky bastard.
Yeah. Yeah. You go from the worst team to one of the better ones, and the team that actually has a chance.
Yeah, that's fun. Like, hey guys, have fun. 0-13. I'm gonna go to the Patriots, who will probably win everything
well,
again.
That's what happened to Ajayi. Look at he was on the Dolphins.
Yeah, but then they went and beat the Patriots.
Yeah, but that still doesn't matter. They still have no shot at anything. But now Ajayi is in the fucking playoffs.
Well, are they technically in the running still?
The Dolphins?
I mean, technically.
God no.
Technically.
No.
Technically.
No.
They could be.
They technically
could
might
be.
be like a wild card spot.
No,
I'm not saying they're gonna.
No, I'll tell
There's
you.
no way. Like,
I promise.
no way.
I'm gonna look it up.
Then why is Chuck so excited about Monday?
Because Chuck's insane.
You can't just be all
Alright.
excited about that. Uh-oh.
So like I said,
Sports.
yeah,
He's still on
Eagles
sports.
already have home field
Miami?
advantage.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to video game
Like,
news. We're already 20
He
minutes
doesn't
in.
understand how it works. Is the problem?
That's how far out Miami is. All
They're
4 of them-
still in the hunt.
No.
It's under the category that says in the hunt. Just because you're checking them out doesn't mean Ace Ventura is checking them out.
5 games behind.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They just need to get
They just
a
need a
wild,
wild card spot. That's all
No,
they need.
they're 5 games out of the wild card.
Oh, who's leading their division?
I have no idea.
Then they must have.
They
a weak
beat the
division.
Pats.
Patriots are leading their division.
Oh, that's a problem.
Oh.
They're still in the hunt, though. It specifically said in the hunt at the top of that column.
No,
All
wait,
of
if
them are
it's-
still in the hunt.
No, the Browns aren't. I know that for a fact.
But the 49ers aren't either, guys.
Wait, I have a joke for you. I heard it on the way here. What do the Cowboys and Chick-fil-A have in common?
They're both chickens.
They don't go to work on Sunday.
That's true. That is true. I
Move
like
all the
it.
games to Thursdays and Mondays.
Yeah, they
Then
should.
they'll have a better shot.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what I got out of that.
That's exactly what I found out too.
So are you ready? I see you flipping through your stories.
Oh yeah, because I go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, it's time for that awesome segment that we do definitely not fall asleep in front of.
Or yell at him through the entire time.
Gaming with Gibby.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
All right, guys. First up, first serve. Dice continues to make adjustments.
Did you say my name wrong?
Dice.
Oh.
To Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Woo!
While
More loot boxes?
While microtransactions remain disabled,
Oh.
I'm curious when they're actually gonna. I have a feeling they have to wait till
January.
after.
January.
No, I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit after the release. I bet it would not. I honestly would not be surprised if it happens next.
So you want to make? You want to put a bet on this?
Do you have inside scoop?
You want to put a bet on this?
I'm with him.
How much?
I'm with him.
I say.
You think it's going to be in January?
I think it's gonna be in January.
I think it's gonna. I think it will happen before Christmas,
You think it'll happen before Christmas
or on Christmas.
or on Christmas? So So December 26th onwards.
Not Boxing Day. He said
That's fine.
Christmas.
Boxing
Wait,
Day.
is 26
I get the
Christmas?
joke.
So before Christmas,
That's-
no, so
that's
Christmas,
Boxing
even
Day.
if they do it on Christmas,
Even if
it's
they do on
still
Christmas. No, he wins.
I
No, he
win.
wins.
I said on Christmas.
So
or
we'll
before.
do Prices Right style. So if it's between the 25th up, I'll give you the entire month of December, from January 1st onwards. If it happens anywhere between January 1st and onwards, I win.
So he's giving you an extra week.
I'm not
Alright,
giving you an
that's
extra
fine.
week. That's how confident I am on this.
I don't think it's gonna happen in that week, but okay, go ahead.
Okay. So So what do you want to
Humiliate
make the
him.
stakes? What do you want to make the stakes?
Humiliate
I don't
him.
know. What
How?
Are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, chat, as we continue the
Yes.
show, tell us different ways we can escalate this betting.
Make him
Anyway,
wear
let's
a
continue on with the story.
That-
I'll think of ways for the bet.
Oh, hold on.
Yes.
We gotta hold on. That does not disturb any of us here at the podcast. Like, oh, you gonna run around naked? No,
I've already done that.
he will do it. Yeah.
Dace, no, it's fine.
And
if he
I
loses,
jumped over a
Dace,
fire.
Dace,
Then I went skinny
if
dipping.
he loses,
it's
he
all
has
good.
to wear his wedding ring.
I don't even know where it is.
Oh my!
That's diabolical.
It's even worse. You have to live stream a romantic dinner with your wife
Oh, that's shitty. Oh god.
and give her compliments the entire time.
While wearing your wedding ring.
Actually, you know what? We'll do a whole hour dedicated to you complimenting Dan Raup.
No, that shit can't happen.
God, who else? I'll bring up all the whole people you hate, man. You're gonna just be nice to them for an
Dave's
entire
girlfriend?
day. Everybody,
Dan has a girlfriend?
Wait, what? When did that happen?
You didn't get that
Oh.
joke. He got it.
Oh.
everybody, man.
Everybody.
Everybody. I'm thinking like names
Davey,
that these
you
people
can't
don't even know.
If you lose, you can't insult anybody, even sarcastically, for an
Oh
entire
no,
day.
no, that's too much work for him. I'm not
Way
gonna
too
do
hard.
that. That's
Way
too hard.
That's the point.
No. You got to be nice to her for an entire show.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
No, that's
I
not
like
because
that.
Me and him have gone an entire show.
No,
was just
No,
me
no,
and
no,
him.
no, no.
You have to compliment her football knowledge.
No.
You have to
She has
accept
none.
Exactly.
her
She
game.
has
See,
none.
See, this is going to be torture for you.
you have
Yeah.
to not be sexist for an entire episode. And I don't think you can do it.
Can't.
But continue.
So that
Anyway.
give me has stakes for me.
Oh, I didn't assume he was gonna lose.
Because I know I'm not going to lose.
I think the greed is going to get to them.
Oh.
I think the only thing holding them off from doing it right now is the release of Star Wars.
You still didn't give your
I
stakes
bet you
for him.
Star Wars, if that thing did not release, if it was not during this year that release, I think they would have already put them in place. I
Frank.
honest to God think the only reason why
He's
Frank.
watching on Facebook.
Hi, Frank.
Oh, it just says watching.
Yeah.
Where are you, man? We need to talk about the Vikings.
Yeah.
The Vikings are doing something, and you're
So-
not here.
Yeah, you shit on them for 4 years.
No,
And
we
they-
shit on them. Frank kind
Uh,
of sulked in the
yeah.
corner.
He shat on them as
Exactly,
well.
exactly.
He shat on them as well. And of course, you know, the least appearances he's done on the show, they're doing great this year.
Yeah, that is true. Didn't even
It's
think
of
of
course,
that, yeah.
maybe he's playing for them. Maybe is he the quarterback?
Maybe.
He could be.
Maybe.
Might be the
Never
I'm
know.
quarterback.
pretty
You never
sure
know.
Frank's not coordinated or sober enough to do that.
Maybe that's why they're winning.
He might just go up and go to a bunch of the other player, and then just go,
It's like
whiteness. I can't see.
it's like drunk fighting. It's a style, but you can only do it while you're drunk.
Exactly.
Speaking of drunk fighting, I have a segment we should start, and it's gonna be funny.
Drunk fighting.
No, there's a game. So when I went to PAX East, there was this game, and it was called Drunk Quest, and it's a card
Mhm.
game.
I think I have that.
Do you really?
I bought something.
It's called Drunk Quest, and there's literally like
You were
things
with
like
me.
not throwing
No,
up.
you weren't
doing
with
this.
me.
It looks fucking hilarious.
So are we going
Frank
to
was
power
with me.
hour before we start playing?
Most likely, I
Okay.
feel like we
You
need
almost
start
have
to
to,
play Drunk
yeah.
Quest.
We ever fucking do that again? I'm not doing woodchucks.
So what? Are you 30?
We did woodchucks.
How hungover
Are you
were you
30?
the next day?
I'm not.
Are you
it's-
dead?
The problem is how
It was
sweet
so much
they are.
sugar.
Yeah, the sugar is what
You
gets
can't do sugary. I
You
can't
were
do
a
sugary
nut
beers
job
anymore.
that day.
Yeah.
That's why this whole soundboard was fucked up when we came here this morning.
Yeah.
Everybody's live.
But yeah.
It's a nightmare to edit too.
Yeah. I don't know why in the world you'd choose, because even when
easy
we were
to drink.
at the Roger Wilco, I was like, why are you doing that?
It's easy to drink.
Yeah, I
Wait,
I
what beer was
understand
it?
for doing drinking
was woodchuck.
games. Yeah.
Oh.
It's just-
Like,
oh.
It was
yeah.
like candy.
But the
yeah,
problem
that's
is,
why it's
if
too
you're
much sugar.
doing a power hour, like
can't
you're
do
gonna go on
sugar.
like a crazy sugar
Yeah,
high.
so I was like taking shots and still drinking. Like I was way ahead of everybody.
yeah.
Way ahead of it.
I wasn't on camera for the whole thing, but I was vocally on there the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting
It's-
interesting time.
It started slow. It picked the fuck up by the half-hour mark.
Yeah. Well, that's because
I was told it
you're
always
getting on a
does.
sugar high. Like that's the only problem with that.
Yeah.
Like, if you're
Yeah.
drinking a normal beer, you'll be fine. Like I was okay up until I was starting to struggle prior on the 45-minute mark. Is when I was starting to because I
Start
basically
tasted pennies.
yeah I had about like we had like I guess about a beer and like a half left at that point, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, guys. This one's starting to get a little rough. But I pretty much went. I'm pretty sure I did it the entire time this time.
No, you did lose track because I know I lost track.
I was ahead
I'm
of the.
pretty sure
I was
I
ahead of the
was.
count.
I
No,
think
'cause
I
at one
was.
point you just basically had to chug a beer.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I did it in the beginning, and then I chugged it because I wanted to get caught back up. I was too busy playing Capitalists on my phone.
I was way ahead of the game because I was watching I was using Tyler as a benchmark because youth.
That's a
Um,
bad idea.
yeah.
Well, I
exactly.
figured if I
He
can keep
left
up
here
with
and went
his
to
cans,
Hollywood.
yeah.
And then they got into a fight.
Yeah.
Didn't they stop a fight?
No, somebody punched their friend Chip. Chip got decked in the face.
And then it went down.
Sounds like Chip deserved it too.
Yeah, it's Chip.
I don't know, but they went
Never
to
met
Hollywood.
the guy, but he deserves it.
I would love to understand how Ant drinks as much as he drinks because he just keeps going and going and going.
He's just so
he's good at it.
stocky.
Yeah. But he's not like a
There's
good
a spider on
alcoholic is
floor,
the
so I'm
problem.
gonna go kill it.
You mean fun?
No, he's great. Well, it depends. Because
I think he was
gets
fun here.
he gets
Never mind.
What?
he
There
gets
was a spricket. I thought it was a spider. It jumped. I'm coming over
It
here.
was a what?
It's a spricket. Have you never heard of
I
those?
don't know what a spricket
No.
is.
It's a spider
that's a
cricket. It's right here.
It's not a thing.
Come fucking look.
oh
Alright, well,
my
you
god.
keep doing gaming. I'm gonna go investigate this cricket.
But yeah, he gets aggressive
right
if
here.
he get once he gets to a certain point. Now that's
Oh,
when
yeah.
it, that's
Try
when
to
it
get
doesn't
near it.
become fun anymore.
No, it's a spider cricket. It has 8 legs.
It's a cricket.
Try to get near it.
Wait a minute, don't crickets always have 8 legs?
No.
Yeah.
Thank you. I thought so. I
Yeah.
thought it was 3 behind, 1 in the front, 2 in the front, right?
No, it's
Or
called a
6
spider
yeah.
cricket.
Anyway,
Or
going on
actually,
to
you know-
gaming news.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Shit. Star Wars.
Disappeared.
Microtransaction.
I
Oh,
blame you.
I'll take another beer. Thank you.
That's all you get for walking away. You know what's going to happen.
Yes. While microtransactions remain disabled, the studio released a new update earlier this week in attempts to address complaints regarding. No, you give me a woodchuck, I'll kill you.
I mean, I'll take the workshop. I'm not
Um,
going to complain.
I mean,
you can have a fat tire if you want one.
Oh, sure.
what do you got over
Wait,
there
do
that
you have
I'll
the white
drink?
one? I'll take the white one.
I'll go get
Well,
you
that's the
one.
only ones
I'm
I
gonna
got.
look.
Give me the flat tire white.
Yeah. I think they're actually
Now
really
that we
good.
have the knowledgeable people in the
I don't-
gaming section,
yeah.
let's power through this.
This is actually much better than the normal fat tires.
I mean, we can turn this into a beer podcast if we wanted to. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I can too. That'd be pretty good.
Oh, never mind, Trish.
Oh, he still needs one.
Oh,
Fucking oh wow!
wow, you gave my beer away. What
Well,
a
here's the
dick.
thing. The reason I gave him the beer is because I marked it up, and I want to say, well, now I just told you, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Well, I marked mine already. Oh, it's mine. You can. I
Wait,
keep
you
trying.
did mark it.
I keep trying to drink them.
I'm used to
Oh,
doing it.
God.
I want to
That was a
burn him.
mistake to buy. For me, yeah, way too fucking sweet for me.
By the way, the white
I like
fantastic.
orange creamsicle, which is the reason I bought it. I just couldn't. She didn't get me one either. God damn it!
I was gonna get Cheever one.
I
But
gave
he
Cheever
gave
his.
him mine.
It's
He's a
your beer
dick.
now. Drink. It's a beer podcast. It's official.
Yes. Anyway,
This
dice.
Conte wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't.
Microtransactions disabled. I don't even know where the hell I'm at.
Yeah, I would just go to the next story.
Compliment.
Next story. Just next story.
Okay.
Fuck it.
I know something's happening because the new one's coming out. Anyway.
Oh, the DLC.
Oh, isn't there 2 characters free right now? There's 2 characters that
yeah,
are free.
Phasma and Finn. You
Yeah.
said that last
How the
time.
fuck do
Yeah.
I
You
know?
said that last
Well,
week.
no, they also did some updates. I don't care. Anyway, next story. Another batch of.
Have the beer when you're nice to me.
I mean,
I was gonna say,
I
let's
mean-
about to get my own after my segment then. Another batch of new games have been released on the Nintendo Switch on the eShop. A total of 22 games launched for the system throughout just this week, which I think is kind of crazy.
There's something else for this that's coming to the Nintendo Switch, which you should probably get it at this point because there's more to
Splatoon 2?
play. No, they're introducing they introduced DLC for Breath of the Wild.
Randy already downloaded for the Wii
Yeah.
U.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, you missed that conversation.
Yeah.
Took her an hour to download the patch for the Wii U.
Oh my God.
She complained the whole fucking time,
Yeah.
and then didn't get the motorcycle she was going for.
Oh, poor baby.
Don't know why motorcycles in a Zelda game, but
Because obviously that's what the cool kids wear. The Sexy Brutale, a classic shoot 'em up Gunbird. How's Gunbird an actual?
Duck Hunt. It's a ripoff of Duck Hunt. I'm calling it right now.
It might be. Puzzle platformer Tesla Grade.
I think you still say that brutal.
What?
I don't know.
Brutal with an E. I'm pretty sure you just still say it brutal.
Brutal.
It's the
Sure.
French way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means it would be Brutal.
You just add E's with exclamation points on top of them for no reason.
The stylish dance breaking game Floor Kids. Who wants to go break dance?
AKA DDR. These
Uh,
are no new games, by the way.
Side-scrolling adventure game Embers of Mirim.
Remember?
I don't know.
Remember?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. The latest ACA Neo Gen Classic Top Hunter Rodney and Kathy.
There's no way. It's just Roddy.
Roddy, Kathy.
Oh, my
That
mic
is
just-
Kathy, right? Even though it is
Yeah,
with a C.
I'm drunk.
Okay. I've never seen it with a C before. I just guessed.
Kathy is normally spelled with a C.
Well, mine Kathy's not. Anyway, ridiculous physics game Human Fall Flats.
You fall flat.
Shit.
Other Switch releases this week was your stupid wrestling.
That bombed!
Did it really?
WWE.
The glitches were ridiculous. Plus, they destroyed the resolution on the characters and shit.
Oh.
They
Okay.
should never have released to the Switch. All I've seen, because I read the wrestling dirt sheets and stuff, all you see is just people bitching non-stop about the Switch version. And first of all, I don't know why the fuck you thought you guys were going to get a good game on the Switch version for wrestling. It's a okay game on PS4.
True. I don't know. Well, is Switch have like the Wii U where it's a touchscreen?
Yeah, the whole thing
Mhm.
is a touchscreen.
Oh, well,
Apparently, the basketball games and shit do fine on it. Whatever reason,
wrestling
wrestling did not translate
so the
well.
really
See,
nice thing about
see,
the
the
Switch
thing
is
is-
the res-
Yeah. Well, first off, sports games are because people don't necessarily care as much about graphics,
I agree.
whereas wrestling, it's 100% about the character.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like the way they do their entrances and the movies.
But
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
Switch, though, the thing about it is the fact that they downgraded the resolution was fucking stupid. Because the whole point of the Switch was to not need a television, but to not lose any resolution. Those things look absolutely beautiful when you're playing them. Like, if you look at this thing, it's for a handheld device. The resolution's amazing.
They ran into issues where like the wrestler would come out for their entrance and their body would just split in half. It was doing the weirdest fucking things.
But them downgrading the resolution for the Switch was dumb as shit.
Them just moving to the Switch was dumb. There was no point.
There's no way
Yeah.
they can do it to the Wii U. That's why.
I don't think it ever came out on the Wii U.
It won't.
Yeah, they never.
But I think Nintendo's finally trying to branch out. That's why.
Nintendo needs just to stick to their cartoonish shit.
Well, I think Nintendo realized that it can't be the only one that produces games for its system.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nintendo's trying to branch out now.
Yeah. That's the whole issue, and they're trying to open it up so other people can make games on their platform, but
they
it's
can.
not.
But they can with the Switch. The Switch has the resolution to do it. Like, you should.
But that's not the issue. It's really just like because, like when you're going from PlayStation to PlayStation, it's sort of like the same kind of like coding and kind of like all that. The problem is no one's ever made a game for fucking a Nintendo really
Yeah.
because they just always
They don't know
held.
what they're
It's
doing
like
yet.
hold on to their freaking shit and don't let anyone even like take a look at it. So I think it's gonna. I think eventually over time we'll get better at it. The problem is right now it's just so new. It's gonna take them a while. Because like on the Wii and the Wii U, how many outside developers actually make games for it?
No,
Just
there were
about
some.
none.
Call of Duty
Yeah.
and Assassin's Creed came out on those and stuff like that. Ubisoft
But it
was
wasn't
able to
the
get
But
that.
they
same
weren't.
game,
Yeah,
though.
it was
They were never
completely
the
different.
same
Never
game.
the same game. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed had a couple versions come out, and Call of Duty had Ghosts come on it.
But it wasn't this. It's not like if you play it, it's like a different story. Like they changed it so that it would work on the system, but it wasn't. Plus, it also the other issue is that they don't utilize the functions of the system either, which is also another issue.
Most likely.
So-
And 2K rushes their games out anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Every year.
Well, it's sort of like,
Like
ESPN.
EA.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yes,
'Cause
doesn't make games.
I was
Damn
thinking,
fool.
I was thinking
EA.
football because they push out a new football
NFL.
game.
Or Madden.
EA.
Yeah, they push out a new Madden. They do the same with FIFA.
Which,
they do
you know
even the stupid baseball games. They push out
The
a
big
new one
joke.
every goddamn year.
It's because it's yearly, yes.
You know what's annoying? Everybody's been boycotting EA. I think I spent the most money towards EA first time in my life this past month.
It wouldn't surprise
I
me.
bought FIFA, Madden, and Battlefront.
I really want to play FIFA,
Maybe I'll let you.
but
Just saying. Maybe.
I wouldn't mind trying.
Go!
Madden.
Sorry.
I wouldn't mind
Go! Sorry.
trying Madden. I just don't want to.
What?
No,
I'm commentating FIFA when we do FIFA.
Yeah.
Somebody else can fucking
Yeah.
host that tournament.
No, you can host it, but just whatever goal.
Go!
You can just do goal
I'll
whatever.
run
it's
them all. I don't fucking care. Yeah! I'm gonna get
Yeah.
such great
you gotta,
shape.
You gotta take like your shirt off and like put
No,
it
no,
over your
no,
head.
no,
Like,
no. I'll get in good shape. We do a FIFA tournament every month.
yeah, but yeah, it's certain games like that. They just make too many of. But anyway, actually, they're probably gonna do the same damn thing with Battlefront, which
Yeah!
is irritating me.
Well, every 2 years. The Battlefront.
Yeah.
That's why they're not producing a Battlefield
Well,
for a long time.
To
My-
coincide
my
with the Star Wars
thinking-
episodic releases.
My thinking is it's gonna be every year.
For Battlefront?
No, for Star Wars because they don't. Because I think the only
Yeah, that's
reason the
Just
first.
saying.
I think the only reason the first one was like that was because
They're
they had a season pass with it. I think with the fact that they don't have a season pass with it, especially if the loot box system
Well, that
doesn't
on,
get
and on
turned
top of that, they were
they
were
need the
working
money,
on
so they're
Battlefield
just
1.
gonna start They're gonna start pumping shit out like it was no man.
They do have downloadable content coming out. They're going to
But
continue the story.
was
But
also-
you can't buy.
It's free.
They need. That's what I'm saying. EA is money fucking
But
hungry.
you have to remember, they were also working on Battlefront at the time, or Battlefield at the time. So they're working on Battlefield 1, and that's why they're halting production on Battlefield games for a while, because they want to focus on Battlefront.
You're never going to get through all those tabs.
No, I'm not.
No, not at all.
Not even close.
So it's
Oh
probably
my
time
god,
to
it's
move on.
8:40 already.
It's
Holy
probably
shit!
time to move on.
I skipped my first story and I
Yeah.
did my second story and that's it, guys. That's all I got. So
we were
far.
talking about ducks or something, right?
Yeah, we had a duck thing in there. Yeah. Player Unknown Battlegrounds finally has a release date.
Let's just skip this one.
During the
It's
Game
Xbox
Awards,
one.
publisher Bluehold announced that the phenomenally popular Battle Royale will leave early access and full release on the PC on December 20th.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
I'm shocked.
I don't know what that means.
I'm completely shocked. So
Still
that'll
an
be
Yeah, basically.
yeah. So among new features, PUBG 1.0 will include our
PUBG.
climbing and vaulting.
What?
What?
I don't know what that means.
You're making us wait that
I'm just
long
gonna
for
say what
that?
every time
Holy
they say
shit!
it.
All right.
Probably get fucked.
Player unknown himself, Brendan Green, has said will change the game severely,
What?
which is completely true, unfortunately.
Yeah, when you jump over shit.
Yeah, without having to have all the stupid jump and like crouch
How do you
things
feel,
to get
Dace?
through
Would you rather
windows and
jump or
stuff.
crawl?
Yeah, it's,
I think you guys are taking away from the challenge of the game. You're not really esport competitors then if you take that the fuck away.
Well, I'm a drunken competitor, okay? So I
Oh,
think
You're
I
a
you
can-
guys
drunken-
haven't seen me play drunk. I
Yeah.
love it.
Jimmy, let's be really honest. If you were sober, that'd be scary.
Yeah,
Makes
but
point.
it's a hard game. So that's actually really I didn't think that was gonna come out till sometime next year. So
Yeah, I mean, considering the fact that it's not fully optimized yet, and it probably won't be optimized for another full year.
and
it's
it only
just,
has
it's just
one.
another way of saying beta 2.0.
My biggest issue with it is it has one game mode.
Death.
Well, aren't they? Didn't they have a test map? Desert test map this last week?
Yeah, it's not out yet though,
Well,
and
the-
it's
the
not
test-
saying
Then why'd you
tests are-
buy it?
Oh, it says it also is gonna feature the new desert map in 1.0.
Yeah.
But why'd you buy it? If you're so upset about it.
I'm not upset about it. I like the game. I just don't feel like it's ready to
Doesn't sound it.
release.
I mean,
I just don't think it's in a release state. It's my
sound kind
problem.
of butthurt.
No, well,
My problem is when they say they're releasing it means that they're going to slow down development for it.
Yeah,
which I think
that's
what it means.
that's my issue.
because
And
when
I
it's
don't think
released,
the
that means
game's.
that's done. They've done everything
Yeah.
they've done to fully optimize it.
And in
I
my
don't
opinion,
feel
I don't
could
think
give
it's
two
anywhere-
shits less
yeah, I
about
don't think
this
it's anywhere
game. How
near
about
it.
you?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I could care less.
Yeah.
You guys are
Couldn't care
Anyway.
less. Like I'm at the bottom of
When's
caring.
the update?
Bethesda.
December 20th was
Yeah,
the pub
December
get?
20th. It was before Christmas, Blazy.
Bethesda. Oh look, we have 3 phones. Watching.
The
Oh,
game.
hi!
The Game Award Bethesda released
so
a
proud of him.
trailer for something new.
Ooh, something
Not
new.
a game, but something more unique. The video stars Wonder Woman, actress Linda Carter.
Okay.
The original Wonder
The
Woman.
original one from TV.
Sure. Calling on gamers to save single-player games.
Why, they're dying? That's the only ones I'm good at!
Well, I think a lot of it's because of how.
Popular.
No, I think the Battlefront comment that their CFO made.
I'm done.
Are just not
I'm just gonna
having
drink for the
a
rest
lot
of the rest of the podcast.
Yes.
What is going on over
doesn't
here?
know.
Unlike many big-name publisher, Bethesda games are often more focused on single-player.
And they're
with their games
fantastic.
as a service model growing in popularity. Bethesda stands out and has enjoyed some success in the department with Fallout 4 passing Skyrim to become Bethesda's best-selling game ever.
I only lean in when I get fucked, and you're not fucking me tonight.
Damn!
My mic's off, so I
Yeah,
can't
they don't
get
know
caught.
what the hell's going on
with that
Yeah,
work
yeah.
conversation.
He's just waiting for you to wine and dine him first.
Exactly.
I'm pretty okay with one boyfriend, thank you.
What do you say?
What
What do you say? I'm not your boyfriend type material?
You're not my boyfriend, so no.
I'm not boyfriend type material. I am offended, good madam.
Cheever, can we?
I think I'm
wait,
a
wait, wait,
wonderful
wait, wait, wait.
person.
Here's the real question.
Yo,
Cheever.
I heard he's
Would
hung like
you-
a horse.
Why are you getting mad? You would never want to date me.
Whoa, why are you putting words in my mouth?
Why
Yeah,
would
but
you
I
want
like
to say?
you.
I wouldn't even
Wow.
argue that point. I would have just stopped.
Yeah.
And I lost us 3 viewers.
Look, you lost us to people. God damn it, Cheever.
The idea of dating her was just so horrible.
Yeah, it was sad
Everybody went,
bad.
exit, exit.
Cheever is some
Exit.
idiot who just lost his followers.
Hey.
Fucking hell.
Anyway. So Bethesda is pushing for more single-player games.
With 2% of the vote in Alabama, Jones is leading, 53.5%.
So the Democrat, not the child
Yep.
molester.
Yes.
Okay.
Moore only has 45.5%
Honest to
of the
God,
vote.
you just need to say Democrat or child molester.
That's fair.
Okay.
Or the voice of reason, or the child molester.
The only problem is, to me, it's a very close race, and the cities have reported in. The Woodland people have not reported in yet. That will probably vote for more.
The trolls.
They're gonna be more Republican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Gibson, keep going because I need to hear Dace's douchebag of the week.
We'll just run to 10 o'clock at this point. I
yeah.
have enough alcohol to run.
Yeah, exactly.
Glad he does. I'm fucking starving.
We used to be
Well,
a
let's
2-hour show.
Grub up.
Yeah, we used to back in the day.
When we all got a nice little half hour for our segments.
Yes.
And struggled to fill it. Now we just, 15's not enough.
Yeah.
Now we just
I
railroad over
say-
Franks.
Yeah. Me too.
I just don't let his mic be on, all right?
You don't let anybody's mic be on, Gibby.
Damn right.
Son of a bitch.
Yes.
Fucking hour show.
Nintendo Switch.
Good Alabama joke too.
Nintendo Switch continues to sell at a rapid pace. Rather than waiting for its next quarterly earnings to disclose an updated sales total, Nintendo announced that the Switch has now sold 10 million units worldwide. That-
relevant gaming news.
That figure is according to Nintendo's internal sales data through the system's first 9 months. So that's more than the Wii U sold.
Thank
Shocking.
you. Well, I'm glad you looked at me because I'm so glad I have that, not the Switch.
You had to start him. You had to start him.
Why do you think I wanted to say it?
You stared right at me, you son of a bitch.
What are you? I thought you were gonna buy it.
I was going to, but I don't know why I didn't. I think I just like keeping my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about buying it.
Well, I know why I didn't buy it. I now have 10 games for PS4 that I have not played yet. And went, you know what? You got a problem. You need to slow down.
All I know is if
You need
we
to
don't
play
get the new
those.
Just Dance for the gaming marathon, I'm gonna be really upset.
We're going to
No.
play it for the PS4 this year. Only because now it's down here with a webcam.
As long as we get the new Just Dance, that's all I care about.
No.
That's the most. Literally, that gets us the most viewers every year.
It
I don't care.
surprisingly does. also when all the girls
I'm not going to
participate.
say it.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not going to say it.
No,
I'm going
we
to be
have the
nice.
most followers when you dumbasses were doing that Grease duo.
Oh. Well, we're entertaining.
Clearly.
Was it Grease or was it Little Mermaid?
It was Grease because he jumped into
I-
your arms again.
Oh.
You did do the Little Mermaid.
Getting
but
too old for
Grease
that
happened.
shit.
Yeah, I know, we are. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, my back might give out at that
I
point
just want the
jumping.
new one because a couple bands are people like I listen to who I've never seen on there before. I want to see them on there.
No,
and
this is
see
going to
what
be terrible then.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
going to be
much.
She
Yeah.
horrible.
listens to a bunch of whiners.
You'll be drunk. You'll be drunk by then.
Be like in a
I don't drink during the game
God.
You will this year.
I might have to if I listen to that.
Big day for Destiny 2, guys.
Oh, what happened today in Destiny 2?
As it would not only receive a major new update,
What? There was a major new update?
but it also marked the debut of the first faction rally event.
Wait a
of
second. There was a
Season 2.
debut of a new faction rally?
Well, for season 2.
Oh, for season 2.
Do you not see what he's doing?
What? I don't give a shit. While a big patch is
The biggest
only on
patch
the
ever.
way, the faction rally has been postponed as Bungie makes changes to what is available to players who don't purchase
Bungie will
DLC.
always change it around on you.
Hey, wait! Didn't you say Destiny 2?
It is
I-
Destiny 2.
I don't
Yeah.
have it.
You missed your shot.
What is it? No, it's not Blizzard.
It's not Blizzard.
it
It's not,
is. It is?
Destiny 2 is not Blizzard.
Would you consider that Blizzard?
It's hosted on Blizzard servers, but it is
It's-
not.
they
It's an
have the
Activision
same-
game.
Actually, it's they gave the rights to develop it to
Told you.
Blizzard.
Jizzer.
They're actually the ones making
Told
the
you.
story now.
Wait, what? When did that happen?
Since before
They
the game started.
decide that they
He wasn't
no,
excited
they
enough for
made
me to
it-
care.
Yeah, shit, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, shit, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, they actually Bungie
Hey,
gave
wait, hey guys, wait!
Hi,
I
William.
knew that.
Yeah.
So fuck you and fuck you.
it's
I-
actually weird.
He wasn't excited about the
Yeah,
story, and he
it's
was having
actually
troubles
weird.
reading Bungie.
Yeah, it's actually weird because Bungie owns it, but they kind of like.
Hoard themselves
it-
out.
Hear the joke
I
that
almost-
Destiny 2
I
is
feel
just
like it's-
Overwatch Destiny.
Yeah, but it's
No,
like
I
they
heard
they,
those.
they like
Yes.
outsourced.
make
It's like
those?
they outsourced to
to
them
Blizzard.
Okay.
to
Yeah.
make the story for it.
They literally called
It-
it.
it's
they're-
so
they're-
weird
there were
how-
jokes
how
saying
that
it
is
wasn't
set
called
up.
Destiny 2,
Yeah.
it was called Destiny Overwatch.
And it's on Blizzard servers. It's on the Blizzard.
I knew that part.
Yeah.
Now but Blizzard had its hand in some of the development.
You guys are
No, it
player.
didn't. It didn't have the
Saying
development.
Blizzard way too
but
much.
it has.
Say it,
Blizzard.
Dace.
It has,
Say it.
Yeah.
Jizzer.
Blizzard.
It has all. It's the one creating the story is what the problem is.
Oh,
It's
I'll create your story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, it looks like Bungie's thinking about not charging people and not requiring
So they're getting out of
the
prostitution.
purchase for DLC.
No, that's
which
cute.
I'm actually shocked on because they partner up with Blizzard, and then you don't like. I don't understand how the hell they're gonna make money. If they're not
Because it's
selling.
Blizzard. When you
True.
partner with Blizzard, you're always gonna have.
Is there
money.
loot boxes in that system?
Yeah, there is. There's loot
So
boxes.
that's probably where they're making their money then. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
Next topic. Oh, did anyone hear about the news article that came out on BBC earlier this week? It was.
Are we
the
still talking
oldest-
Jizzard and BBCs?
No,
Come on.
no. It was the.
He has to get an English
It
accent.
was the Counter-Strike Global Offensive, the oldest Counter-Strike team in the E-League.
What about it?
It's like I think the youngest player is 63,
Is it Arnold?
and
Oh,
the oldest
Silver
player,
Sniper or whatever?
yeah, and the oldest player is 83. It's like something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
I wish if I got that old and I still play Counter-Strike, that's what I'll be doing with my retirement money.
There we go.
I still suck at
Is
games.
that CS:GO?
I
CS:GO.
love CS:GO. I love CS:GO. I'm horrible at it.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, CS:GO. Yeah. Why, is there a patch update that happened this week that I didn't know about that you're about to read off to me?
No.
I see Harry
Um,
Potter on his screen.
Yes. Harry
Ooh,
Potter.
go, wait, Harry Potter?
Warner Bros.
Next
recently
article.
created a new label
I'll mess you up.
specifically designed to
equal rights.
publish Harry Potter games.
Okay,
Off the back of the announcement, Warner Bros.
Okay. I didn't know.
Harry Potter's from Warner Brothers.
I saw the word in there that's
Yeah,
gonna
keep
give
going.
us away.
Off the back of the announcement last month and the reveal of a new Pokemon Go
The Wizards
like
Unite, yes.
game titled Harry Potter Wizards Unite. The company has now unveiled another new game set in the Potter universe called Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery.
I heard of this. I don't know what it is, though.
The new title is a narrative RPG set in the famous school for witchcraft and wizardry, and it's coming to mobile in 2018.
Yay.
So it's
So-
gonna suck.
It's gonna
Shut
suck.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
it's gonna suck. It's
hate
probably
mobile
gonna be
games.
one of those stupid where here's the screen, find these things or some shit, right? Yeah.
Oh,
fuck
like
that
a.
noise.
See, I like
It's
the.
either gonna be a puzzle game or
I
it's
like
gonna
puzzle
be
games.
a one of the things where you get to kind of like click around and find secret hidden shit to or to
like
progress.
a hidden object.
Yeah, hidden.
I like that
objects, yeah.
stuff, so I'll be fine with it.
It's like the I
I am
Spy book
excited.
when
I
you were a
am
kid.
I
excited
would
for the
hate it.
Wizards Unite
I
though
would hate
because it is gonna be cool. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Like I don't know
Thank
if it's
you, Katie. I poured lots of love into it.
That's right.
I don't know if it's gonna be like
Taking
you
credit
fighting
for,
creatures or like
Amber's
you
work.
learning new
Yeah. It
spells.
It definitely wasn't me.
But I am very very excited for Wizards Unite.
What is this garland?
Correct.
She wanted to
Developer
do
Jam
more.
City
I
says
told
the
her
new
no.
game will allow players to create their own characters and experience life as a Hogwarts student by
yeah.
progressing
I'm
through
so
their
ready for
years
the
at the
Hogwarts letter.
school. Along the way, you can participate in magical classes such as Defense Against the Dark Arts, Potions, and Dueling Club.
I was really hoping they would have one of the harder ones in there and just watch him stumble over that like herbology or divination.
No, I just skipped it.
That's what he did.
Yeah, it was there. You had no
Which
idea.
one?
No, I'm just fucking. I wasn't reading.
So,
I spaced out.
One of the game you'll see roaming the real world, collecting power-ups, defending locations, and exploring your environments, much like Pokemon Go.
Okay, so it's not like capturing things; it's more
gonna suck.
fighting.
It's gonna suck,
That's
yeah.
gonna suck.
Fucking tongue.
Yeah.
I'm not. I said the same thing about Pokemon Go. Everyone got upset about Pokemon Go. And I'm like, when they first announced it, it's going to be this, and everyone's like, no, it's
Why
not.
do you
It's
look
going to
so
be
sad,
awesome.
Dace?
And I'm
With-
just like,
The child molester took the lead.
With 5% of the vote in, Roy Moore has taken the
it's
lead in
only
Alabama.
5%. It's only 5%. We're
Yeah, but all those counties are starting to come in.
good. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Alabama,
do
you're
we do
being
any other relevant
Alabama.
stories, or is it Dace's turn for the douchebag?
I mean, I can see
mean,
you
we can
do
keep going.
stories all day long,
Yeah.
bitch.
What? Read that one.
The Detective Pikachu movie,
Oh yeah.
in which Deadpool actor Ryan Reynolds voices the ultimate famous creature.
How?
I don't know, but I'm so excited.
Who thought that was a good
I
idea?
don't know, but I'm so excited.
I
That-
love
Did
the
that
man.
project get greenlit? That's the
My
question
thing
I
that-
want to know.
Well, here's what I'm thinking, and I'm hoping. I'm thinking that basically they're gonna make Pikachu as sarcastic and as sassy as he was in like the show. Because you ever see how Pikachu would just look at Ash and be like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Back before
Anyway,
Ash had enough.
It's going to be a live action film.
Pretty much, but I'm really sincerely hoping that it just Ryan Reynolds just pulls the perfect level of sarcasm in and makes him like, "Oh, I'm so
May
excited."
10th, 2019.
Now, is that gonna be released in the U.S. or just overseas?
It's gotta be U.S.
Says film company Legendary Warcraft Jurassic World announced today, according to the Holiday Reporter. It doesn't
You should
say. I
read it more
assume it's going to
boring.
be everywhere. So, it's previously reported that in addition to Reynolds, the film's producers were looking at Hugh Jackman, Dwayne Johnson, and Mark Wahlberg.
None
I
of those
love that
people
cast.
should be voicing Pikachu.
Did say
It should be some
Pikachu.
no-name kid doing Pikachu.
I'm so excited. I sincerely hope that this movie is not a children-friendly movie in Team Talent. Like, it's one of those kids.
gotta be.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, it's one of those kids movies where you go and see it and you're like, shit. There's a lot of dirty, like, satire and shit in this movie that kids would never pick up on, but it's great for the adults. And if they kiss
Like
Ryan
every
Reynolds in it,
kids movie.
then it's gonna be even better. Like, did you ever see Boss Baby? Holy
I did watch that.
shit.
I watched that
wanna watch
yesterday.
it so bad,
no,
yeah.
that
I have
movie
no
was
interest.
fucking hilarious.
pretty good.
And it's
Yeah.
dirty as shit, too.
I was gonna say it looks
It's-
funny for an adult, not
Alec
really for
Baldwin
kids.
is
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin as
Yes,
a baby.
but as
Yeah.
a baby. And there's all this dirt. Oh my god. I thought it was gonna be the dumbest thing ever, but Mike forced me to go see it, and we left the movie theater rolling laughing.
It was pretty good.
So I'm hoping it's like Boss Baby level of dirty and like satire.
I think it's
film.
on Netflix.
No,
It
Boss
is.
Baby is. I'm
Yeah.
talking about. I'm hoping Detective Pikachu with Ryan Reynolds is gonna be dirty as fuck.
You're late.
We
Taste
already
better,
we,
hope
we
not.
already announced that you're on the show, by the way. So you
Yeah.
gotta pull up a chair.
Yeah, you're on
Can we
the
go to?
title
Can we
card.
go to the douchebag of the week, please?
Are you done gaming?
I'm
we
done.
done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just gonna end it there since we're at 9 and
It's 9.
I'm
No,
okay.
It's 8:56.
It's 8:55.
it's 9.
All right. Well, I guess it's time for the douchebag of the week.
You're a douchebag. 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 You're a douchebag. Douchebag. Douchebag.
It's time for the douchebag of the week, and it comes to the CNN writer who's already shitting on Star Wars: The Last Jedi before Star Wars: The Last Jedi has even been released in the U.S. How the fuck can you shit on it without? That's not even fair. And not to mention, this guy is like an 80-year-old fat slob who knows nothing about the franchise. So, Grandpa, fuck off, go back under your rock, and stop reviewing shit. And CNN, shame on you for posting this fake news.
I agree. Just murder him.
what?
Take him out back. Bury his ass.
He's from America. He got a press screening. You don't release a review that says, oh, didn't meet the mark. Fuck your mark, old man.
Well, he's brave, man. Disney's probably gonna put a cap in his ass.
I hope they do.
The mouse is coming for
the mouse. You can't do that against the mouse.
They're going to
man.
buy CNN now and shut it
Yeah.
down.
He's,
Oh,
he's gonna
do
get
you
a
know what
fucking
else is supposed to be
tugboat and
announced
just
this week, speaking
run
of
him over.
Disney?
Well, yeah, to piggyback off that idea, I saw that Comcast backed out of the running, and it's now just down to Disney
So,
being the front runner
No,
to buy
from
them.
what I heard, it's already been finalized. They're announcing it this week.
It's
Tomorrow, Thursday.
they're going to announce it Thursday?
From what
the
I know-
announcement's supposed to happen on Thursday.
From what I know, Marvel and Disney have bought out Fox Pictures and will be announcing it this week.
Just pictures or TV as well?
Just pictures.
I'm pretty sure it's just pictures.
Because I thought they were going for everything
I don't
except
think
for
Disney
sports and
didn't
news.
really care about the rest of it. They just wanted X-Men and Fantastic Four back.
No, I think there's more. They want to
Went
build their
way,
20th century.
way
They want
more
to build
than
their
that.
Netflix.
But they also wanted those back because Marvel started fucking Fox over to begin with because they stopped creating new
Yeah.
X-Men and they stopped Fantastic Four.
I think the bigger pull is they're going to get a bigger stake in Hulu. So Hulu's going to be the new Marvel
Yes.
destination. Oh yeah,
Without a doubt.
The- 'cause
100%.
I think Fox owns
Netflix.
40%
I'm
of Hulu.
sorry. Netflix is dead.
Yep.
It's gone once that happens. I don't
Especially
see a
since
reason for having it.
All they have is Stranger Things. That's the only thing I can think
Well,
of.
they have that
I
and
don't know. They're
Orange is the
starting
New
to
Black.
produce a lot more
Yeah.
original content, and it's actually really decent.
Some of it.
Some of them are.
Some of them are
Some
great,
of it-
some of them suck, but a lot of the ones that are good, they get that cool
Most of
follow.
The
them.
problem is
I like a
it's
lot.
not gonna. It can't warrant what you're paying for it.
But you also have to
What
look
you
into
lose
it.
all this other shit.
$11. It's $11. I'm not paying $11 for this shit.
Yeah.
You have to
I already
understand
canceled my
though that
subscription.
all that Marvel shit that's releasing that's
No, I
Netflix
know.
exclusive, they'll lose.
No, I
Well,
agree.
no, they actually haven't said anything about that yet, whether or not those are
I
staying or
guarantee
not.
there's no way.
There's
no
no way.
way.
There's no way that they can break that contract enough.
They'll cancel
They're
the series.
just gonna wait. Yeah.
They can cancel it, they can end it, but they'll still have it on there.
Oh, I'm sure after the mistake Stan Lee made, they're not signing any characters away to anybody else.
What do you
I
mean?
They
guarantee.
still own the Punisher and they still own Daredevil. So like we're canceling, and then they'll just reboot it over on Hulu.
Yeah.
If they have to.
There's no way. There's
But I-
absolutely no way.
The
yeah.
entire idea of that buy was obviously for the 20th Century Fox video library. Because if they're going to start their own streaming service like they announced, they want those movies. And the fun fact, and this is something I think I find very interesting, if they buy the TV rights, they own Gotham.
Which would be good because Gotham needs some help.
They own
That's pretty funny.
Batman.
They own Batman.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. I don't know, but from what I understood, Disney's streaming service was strictly Disney stuff.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
20th
well,
Century Fox is now
what-
Disney
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly. Yeah.
That was their whole point, because they're going to bolster it. And right now, you're going to get all the animation and Marvel and Star Wars, and that's a
And
great
Pixar.
idea.
Yeah.
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 I
But
guess.
now you're going to get Die Hard, you're going to get Alien, you're going to get Predator, you're going to get
There's a ton of them.
fuck, what are the other? You're going to get
All the
Jurassic
90s,
Park.
all the classic 90s movies were
Yeah.
pretty much
You're
20th Century Fox.
you're getting The Simpsons now on your streaming broadcast.
Which is gonna fuck over Universal again.
Yeah, but
Because
the things.
Oh shit! They'll get Futurama then,
Yep,
right?
they get all that.
They'll
They
probably
get
get King of
Family
the
Guy.
Hill,
They
Family
get
Guy.
King of the Hill. They get Bob's Burgers. They
They're
get
gonna have
It's
all that
Always
animation.
Sunny in Philadelphia.
Disney's
They get
just slowly taking chunks out of Universal.
Who owns
it's gonna be crazy.
your Scrubs?
Disney bought that from NBC when they fucked up.
Oh.
So they own Scrubs. So Scrubs is going to end up on there. But I mean, like, they have just acquired. The fact that they have The Simpsons could power that fucking streaming
I
service
mean, it's
itself.
got over what, like 1,000 episodes?
Yeah, they're coming up on their 30th
Yeah.
season next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So-
one of the-
Holy
besides,
shit.
besides Doctor Who, I'm pretty sure it's the longest running TV show.
And Mindhunter.
It's the longest
Thank you,
animation.
Ryan.
Mindhunters is a good show.
Yeah.
He's talking about.
But
Yeah, I'm just
another
acknowledging
thing
that
is
Ryan's watching. Thank you, Ryan, for watching.
the
Yeah.
other
That's
things
right.
too is how many of those Netflix series that like Mindhunters and Stranger Things are any of them produced by Fox?
I don't think so because most of that stuff is
I don't know.
Netflix
It's
original.
Netflix original.
So
But
but it's
they're
all-
not a studio.
Yes,
what
but
studio's
no,
producing?
They
it?
are because it's considered the Netflix original studio
yeah, I was
production.
gonna say,
Like,
they-
it is a
they-
Netflix
yeah.
original production.
They have their own production.
Yes,
studio.
Yeah,
because
they have
that's
their
why,
own-
that's why they
whether or
need more
not
money.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm sure they'll
Like-
just rent it out from somebody.
Yeah,
and
No,
like
I'm
House of
pretty
Cards.
sure-
That's
Yeah.
all, except for a few of
House
the
of Cards
outside
is
scenes.
over, dude.
Is all that's filmed in Baltimore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm just curious if like they're partnered with 21st
I don't-
Century Fox.
I
or
don't
something.
think
I
they
understand.
I
are.
don't think they are.
No, I
I'm
think they
thinking
have
though,
their
even
own.
if they're partnered with them, Netflix owns the content, so it's,
Okay.
it's irrelevant.
That's
makes
what I'm
sense.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's Netflix original.
Because
they have it on the
Netflix is
there's
diving-
no way they don't own
The
that
reason
content.
a lot of stuff is coming off Netflix is because they're trying to. I think that their next step will be to become
That's
a.
the stupidest plan they've ever
studio.
had. Stupidest
I
plan
know
they've
because
ever had.
they're because look at how much stuff they're releasing that's original now.
There's not
I
a,
agree.
none
Movies,
of
there's
it's
shows.
good though. There's
No,
only
there
a
is, though.
select. Yeah, if you get rid of all the Marvel shit, how much of it is actually
I
good?
can name at least three.
I can think of like two
I
or three
watched
series that are
two or three.
not
because
Marvel.
The other thing
that
they're
are
diving
good.
into that's actually gotten a lot of popularity that's probably going to bring them more is they dived into anime and that'll suck a lot of fucking people in.
But they got to
No, it's
compete
not.
against
I don't think so.
Crunchyroll.
There's not enough.
But it's their own
yeah.
original animes is what I'm saying. They have 2 original animes right now. Actually,
I didn't
I'm
even
sorry,
know that, and
4.
I don't even
Let me
care.
correct that. At least 4.
I do think they've got a good footprint in stand-up comedy originals.
Yes,
Yes.
They
do.
stand
They
up.
do,
Dude,
yeah.
I just
they-
watched the Craig Ferguson one, and
Actually,
it was only
do
an
they
hour
own-
long, and I'm rolling
Does
laughing.
do they who owns the HBO? Is that owned by Disney?
No,
Amazon.
Viacom.
Oh.
I thought
Amazon
it was Viacom.
has rights to HBO.
Because I was gonna
to
say,
yeah.
I was gonna say
Amazon
because
has rights to all
have.
HBO stuff.
I actually like the HBO's ones. They're
Yeah.
much better content wise, but they just don't have the breadth that Netflix has. That's the only.
They have
thing.
better shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Meaning quantity. Jesus
Like right now,
Christ.
the only good dramas right now are Westworld.
Oh, it's so good.
Fantastic.
And
I
Game of
actually started
Thrones.
rewatching it. And Game of Thrones. Those are the only 2 good
But
dramas
Game
that
of Thrones
Westworld
is
has.
ending, and then I don't know what's going to go on with Westworld.
Game of
It's
Thrones
coming back
isn't
next year.
going to end.
No, it is.
They're
What is?
they're gonna
They're
they're
gonna
gonna find
spin
a way
off.
to
They're
yeah,
having
spin off.
spin-offs, but the original,
What are you
like,
talking about?
Game of
Game of
Thrones
Thrones.
last
Oh,
season
yeah,
is
yeah.
last
It's
season.
last
a money
seasons.
maker. They're not
Yeah.
gonna stop
No,
it.
it's their last season for the original set. Like, the original, like,
Yeah.
Game
Yeah.
of Thrones, that's
Yeah,
done.
it's
There
the
may
same
be
concept of
spin-offs,
Pokemon.
yes, but
It's
Yeah.
keeps going even though the voice actors keep changing, the cast keeps changing.
True.
It's going to be Game of Thrones. It's going to have the Game of Thrones merchandise.
Well, it depends.
I agree
'cause you
with you
need if
sometimes
you
too,
keep the
Katie.
writers and stuff, I can see that.
Unless
but
you have
if you
Movie
lose
Pass.
the writers and stuff, I
Well,
don't know
if
if
you-
it's gonna work as well.
I have something for you then. Did
gonna
you
be
see what
different story
Cinemark
arcs.
did to
Yeah.
They're gonna go
counteract
for different
Movie
a-
Pass?
different
But you need,
drama.
$8.99
but
a
you
month.
need
You get
the
one free
writers.
movie ticket at least
That's
a month.
really
Then
what makes.
$8.99 tickets from there and 20% off concession.
I mean, if you think about the
I'll
the
stick with Movie
Telltale
Pass.
series, it's
I'm
completely
sure you
different
will.
writers,
Have you actually even used
and
it
it's
yet?
still canon,
4 or 5 times.
Yeah. Okay.
and it's good.
If somebody would get hers, I'd go more often. And it's your fault. You threw it away! I know who this douchebag is next week.
He says it every week too.
It's usually him.
Yeah.
Yay!
We deserve it the one week.
So, before we roll off, I know we're running way over compared to what we
But we're
normally do.
having fun, and Katie's contributing.
I have to... Okay, so how many people here watch The Walking Dead?
Nope.
Oh, God.
Katie, I
I'm
completely
behind. I will
agree.
say
I
this.
heard
I
what
am behind.
happened.
Completely agree.
Why can't we talk about it? I more want to talk about...
Talk about it.
restrictive. I don't understand what she
Do
means
you
by
watch The Walking
restrictive.
Dead?
I heard what happened. We
No,
can talk
it's
about
boring. I
Well-
watched the first 2.5 episodes and I fell asleep and said I'm not going back to it.
Oh, yeah.
That's with me with
it.
Star
All right.
Trek.
So what happened?
So, okay, so I'm an avid reader of the comic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm also an avid follower of the show. Spoiler alert, turn us off right now
Give me
if
5
you
seconds.
don't want to hear.
5, 4.
I don't care.
3,
Wait, what are we
2,
what are we talking
1.
about?
Game
Go
of,
ahead.
Walking Dead.
They have
Oh. Oh
essentially...
my god, let me guess. They're
Okay,
dead
give me a
people that walk.
Anyways.
Oh, yes.
They have written
Ooh.
off Carl Grimes.
But I thought a lot of people.
Hell.
Wait.
Hell.
He got bit.
I thought a lot of people hated him though.
No, so here's the thing. I've always had a theory with the comics that eventually down the road, Carl would be Rick's last antagonist. That is, or protagonist, whatever the fucking word is for it. That would be Rick's last enemy to fight, and Carl would take it from there. The show has effectively bit him, written him off, and now the comics are nowhere near what this show is going to be. Because everything Rick does for Carl. There's no more Carl.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck Carl is.
It's his kid.
Unless. And it's a
What, they
crazy
gonna
theory.
shave off his stomach?
Unless it's a crazy theory where they're gonna start using Carl to find a cure.
The only thing I think of is the one
Or
I have a
immunity, Or
question.
he has an immunity.
the one
season
distinct
are
difference.
they
It's
in?
they're an eighth. The one
Holy fucking
distinct
hell.
difference is
8 seasons.
Judith is still alive. So if Judith picks up the mantle and runs with what Carl was supposed to be doing in the comics, okay. Still not happy because Carl has such a story arc, and he's as much of
How
this.
many comics are there?
They're at 176.
My thing is, if they
issues.
don't kill him off, they're gonna
That
use.
means books, right?
It's individual, maybe 20-page issues.
If they
So
don't,
book,
if they don't
okay.
kill him off, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna use him as the cure.
And finish the show.
Yeah, something. Or lean towards another, where they start finding the cure, but then something else happens, or they become more like
Yeah.
susceptible. You know what I mean?
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we do a special podcast?
I'm down. I just had to talk about it because it
It's-
pisses me off.
Yeah. Well, why don't we do a special podcast where we talk all Walking Dead,
I'm in.
series, comics, show.
I'm in because I'm up to date on the comic and I'm up to date on the
I
show.
can be the moderator.
I'm neither. So
If you
we'll-
want.
we-
You
we will
fucking
sit here
suck.
and
No,
comment.
you're wrong.
I'm about a season.
You're
about a
shitty.
season and a half behind.
Nope,
I can probably
you
catch
are.
up within a week.
Oh, easily.
Easily. Yeah.
Oh,
How many
never mind.
episodes are?
He
See,
said
my
Char-
problem is
Chandler
I'm gonna
Riggs
keep doing this
confirmed
entire time.
It's
How
He got
many
a haircut
episodes
as
are
a
in a
mullet and all
season?
kinds of
He's,
shit now.
no, he's done.
Oh my
Oh.
god!
They
he's
haven't
20?
officially killed him yet, but at the same time, he's gonna die next episode.
Chandler Riggs confirmed that he's done.
Yeah.
So,
there's-
so I'm wrong. Thank you, Katie.
It's just so. He's such an important. But like you said, we'll talk about this on a special edition.
We'll have a special edition.
I think the only reason he got written off though was because of a contract. He's 18. He's been doing this since he was 11. He wants to go do his own thing now.
More than likely. Yeah.
He's really awkward looking too.
He is. Now he has a mullet.
Why couldn't you just have him? You could have just
He
like
can't probably-
have push him down some stairs. He got
Ready?
deformed and just have another actor play him.
Ready? You want to know the real reason why he doesn't want to sign back on? He wants to be able to cut his hair.
That's probably
It's
it.
probably in the contract that he can't cut his hair, and now he's like, "Fuck it, I'm an adult. My parents can't keep signing me onto this shit. I'm cutting my hair. Fuck you,
Well, that's
AMC."
what happened with Emma Watson after Harry Potter. First thing she did was chopped all her fucking hair off.
Made her look ugly.
Same thing with Jon Snow. In Jon Snow's contract, it said he couldn't cut his hair.
And then Henry Cavill just says, "Fuck your contracts. You're gonna have to CGI my mustache."
Well, that was a whole. This is where you get down to Zack Snyder versus the traditionalists. Zack Snyder wanted him a beard. Traditionalists said, "No, Superman doesn't grow beards," and they went, "Let's make this fucking Joel thing happen."
No, but it was also Henry Cavill refusing to shave
Fun.
because it said nowhere in his contract that he had to do it. So he said, "Fuck you, Paramount. You're gonna spend a bunch of money on CGIing my mustache out of this movie."
It's so bad. You can't I couldn't get past it.
Oh my god, it was so great though.
I don't get it, but okay.
I lost track.
Yeah.
So in Justice League, if you see it,
Okay.
Henry Cavill force them to CGI out his mustache for the entire movie.
It's the
So
worst
he
CGI
looks
in history.
Super bad. Like, he looks super weird. His jaw's funky looking because in his contract it said nowhere that he couldn't have the facial hair. So he refused to shave and forced them to CGI his mustache.
You know how you have natural face movements?
Yeah.
They're
didn't.
gone.
That's great.
It's just his
That's
mouth
awesome.
moving up and down.
That's awesome.
It was possibly one of the weirdest things I'd ever experienced. It was
Interesting.
Which is why DC, their movie universe, isn't as good.
I
They
think
fuck-
I
it could,
love
could
DC
if they
arcs.
would just get their act together.
I
is
think
the
it was a
problem.
bad movie. That was just a bad decision.
The,
Yeah.
the movie was not bad. It was a lot better than most of the other
I'm not.
DC
I'm,
movies
I'll,
lately.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did with Wonder Woman. I'll just wait for it to come out.
It's not as good as Wonder Woman.
No, Wonder Woman was much better.
I didn't think Wonder Woman was that great.
That's
the
because you're a sexist pig.
you could totally tell the parts that Zack Snyder directed, and you could totally tell the parts that Joss Whedon came in and
Like him sitting on the last of truth.
yeah, it's like that's a Joss thing. Oh, Batman's in a dark city where you can barely see anything. That's a Zack Snyder
But
thing.
I don't think, but from what I heard, Joss Whedon didn't direct much. He just did final cuts.
He did, and well, they reshot a lot, and from what I understand, he tried to change as much as he wanted, and Warner Brothers went, no, didn't you learn from Marvel? Fuck you. This is what we want. And
Which
it
is
was
stupid because
yeah.
this was actually one of the best DC films because it wasn't, Zack Snyder finally took some fucking Midol, stopped PMSing, and grew a sense of humor.
Mm-hmm. It was
It's
much
true.
better.
See, my only thing is, why is the guy in Star Trek directing your fucking
J.J. Abrams? No.
Whedon?
Star Trek. Joss?
Yeah.
Gosh, Whedon, yeah.
Not Will Wheaton.
Oh.
Wow!
Damn.
We're ending on that
no,
note.
no.
around
Since
the
we brought
horn.
no. Since we brought up Star Trek, and I wasn't on the
Alright.
last 2 weeks, can we just please take a moment and recognize the fact
Yeah.
that
Quentin
Quentin
Tarantino.
Tarantino is in the works of making the next Star
it's
Trek.
Confirmed.
He
He's
is,
doing the next
but
Star
he's
Trek.
yeah. So he's in the middle of
And-
writing it.
and
So it's in the works.
It's
great.
rated R.
Yeah,
And
I'm
he's
excited.
directing
Can we
it.
please just
He's
take a
directing
moment
it, too.
and embrace this?
Wait a
As
minute.
as a
Yeah.
avid
for
fan.
for the trilogy that are
Yeah.
they rebooting it?
No.
no.
we're making
He's got the fourth movie.
He's got-
Quentin Tarantino will be
Him
directing
and
and
J.J.
writing.
Abrams. No, they're partnering. It's
He's
not
producing.
Just Quentin.
Because JJ's doing 9.
I was
episode 9.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
So,
fucking
it's gonna be-
weird.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be a different Star Trek movie than we're expecting.
Yeah.
I don't know how
I
to
think-
feel.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel
I'm
either.
I'm on needles because I want to see how good it is.
I'm
Yeah.
expecting something definitely more bloody and more.
Well,
Good.
I think he's
It's
going to take a
not-
step back from that.
yeah.
If you look at if you look at his last work, which was Hateful Eight, not much blood. Not much fight. I don't think there was that much fighting. Except the last 10 minutes there was a lot of blood. Yeah, the last 10 minutes was a lot of blood, but the entire point of Hateful Eight was it was a suspenseful mystery of what the hell is going on. And I think he's trying to take a new directive.
Oh, is that I see
choice
that.
before
Is that
he
the one where
retires.
it was the Cowboys
It's snowed in.
snowed in?
Yeah,
and they're in
yeah.
the cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
okay.
think he wants to try something new before
There
he
wasn't-
retires,
yeah,
'cause
there-
he's close to retiring.
Yeah, there isn't much blood in that until you're right, until the very end, and then shit just
He's
hits the
just
fan.
so eccentric, and I don't know how that'll. I don't know if Tarantino will mesh with Star Trek lore.
I don't think that's gonna
I mean,
work
I think it's
well.
gonna work. I honestly think it's
How?
gonna
A
work.
lot of people are excited about it, especially
Well,
because the film's
it
gonna be
depends.
rated
Well,
R, too.
to be honest, if it's not like because a lot of Star Trek lore is more the mystery and not necessarily battles.
Yeah, but Tarantino knows how to do the mystery.
But the problem is I think in mainstream nowadays you need the battles.
Well, I'm curious
You know
because
what I mean?
you guys are excited about it, and you guys are obviously big Tarantino fans.
I'm a huge Tarantino.
You're a huge Trek fan.
I am. I'm going back
not
and
a huge
like
Tarantino
I'm
fan.
actually
I just-
excited now that
I've
I'm
seen
thinking
the
about it
movies.
because
I like his movies.
if
Look what I started.
I would
like-
actually yeah.
That's at
No,
o'clock.
I was actually
Because-
going to bring it up.
Because you
Yeah.
watch the what's called the original Star Treks.
Oh yeah.
They're not necessarily about battles all the time.
It's
about
about
whales.
space exploration.
I was gonna
that's
say,
the
like
thing.
the
also
prime
and-
example is the
and
whale one.
emotion.
No one's dying in that. There's no
Well, the
fighting.
whales.
Yeah.
That's why they had to go get the whales.
I think
the
they're
fuck
going to
up.
go about.
But you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Whereas, because with Abrams, it's clearly just going to have crazy epic battle scenes all the time, which
Yeah.
is good for mainstream, but for technically true lore, that
But
doesn't
True
really
Lore is
happen
probably what
that
they're doing with
much.
Discovery. That's the thing.
I don't. That's a fucking just battle scene and a half because they decided to go into the lore and go, when's the bloodiest fucking time in the Star Trek
And then
universe?
pick cons.
That's where we're starting.
The war. The
Yeah.
Klingon war.
The Klingon War, that's the bloodiest freaking time
I know.
in the entire Star Trek lore. And that's where they decide that they're going to actually shoot a series. And then they put it behind a fucking paywall! You gotta be fucking kidding. You fucking give us
Gimmy's
one
still a little
free
upset.
Hold on,
fucking
hold on,
episode.
hold on.
You're a douchebag. Douchebag.
Okay, go get Gibby. Do your douchebag of the
Give
week.
us
Fight.
one free goddamn episode, and then you put it behind a paywall. And then the fucking insult into humility, it's free on fucking Netflix everywhere else except for North America. Are you kidding me? How? That makes no goddamn sense, you freaking guy. All you want is, I hate you. It looks freaking amazing. And it like I said, it's using the best, for a series, the best time frame. You're going right into the Klingon War, which is, it's stated in almost all of them that is the bloodiest time for the Federation. And then you put it behind a paywall. I don't see how in the world my biggest fear is it's going to get canceled. That's
It already
my
got picked up for
biggest.
season 2.
Yeah,
But I don't think it's going to last as long as all the other Star
I just
Treks.
want to point out how
I
red
really don't see how
his
it's going to
face
happen.
got the entire time. No. Not when he was talking, but when he was waiting to go for the intro to finish. His face was about as red as his jacket because everything was bubbling up inside of him.
Hi, Nikki.
But the thing is because they always go for at least 8 to 12 seasons. I don't see Discovery lasting that long. I
Not if
honestly
they're gonna-
don't.
not if they had put it on TV, maybe.
If it's on TV, oh my God, you
No,
picked the
I
best
agree with
time
you.
in the lore to
No,
do something
I agree, but now because they got money hungry, he's kind of probably right.
and it just completely screws it over.
And you go. This is where you end with, and that's why CBS All Access. You were the douchebag of the week.
You are a douchebag of the week, you bastards.
That was the greatest douchebag of the week ever. I don't think I could ever do that justice.
Yeah.
Like to watch a Trekkie just go full on hardcore nerd and just keep yelling and screaming about a
It was
paywall.
so, and the
My-
best part is like he held the anger too. Like you paused him, he was like,
I'm gonna kill
it
someone
looked
soon.
like he was like it looks. Oh my God, it was.
But yeah.
Oh, that was. So
I'm just
great.
waiting because I'm gonna buy it and when all the freaking episodes are released.
Unless they do
but-
the Hulu thing where when they put some on, they take some off. You have to be careful with that.
Or just buy the DVD set.
Yeah.
There
All
you
right,
go.
well,
That's,
yeah, it's
that's
either
what
that or
I'm
that,
waiting. That's what I
yeah.
thought you were
Because
gonna
if
do.
they
Just
do
wait
the
for
Hulu
DVD set.
thing,
One
if they
or
do the
the other,
Hulu
yeah.
thing, you're fucked. You'll
Yeah,
have
I'm
to
fucked.
wait until season 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's not stupid if you're fucking money hungry. That's the
Okay.
problem.
Everyone's
You're
money. Let's be
so
realistic.
angry.
And then net
Well, it's
neutrality
fucking
could just
bullshit.
fuck all that up.
It's so bullshit. All the
Look at
other
that
ones are on
cutie.
public TV. Like, I
You're
hate.
so angry, like a porg.
I mean, if you actually sit down and think about how much people spend on TV nowadays, it's ridiculous.
Oh, I agree.
And it's only gonna get worse because of all these freaking Netflix, Hulu, CBS All Access. Fucking HBO has HBO Go. Like they just keep coming out with all these special fucking.
Instead of poking a bear.
God.
Should be. You
Like,
really
you're just
want to
gonna
get
sit
some
here-
nerds
yeah.
really hot.
Poke a fucking Trekkie.
Make them pay $9.99 a month to see their show.
Yeah.
How much is the CBS All Access?
It's
$6.99.
it's no, it's $6.99, but you have to watch commercials.
or
Which you would have had to do
or
if it was on TV.
Or you get upgraded to the $10.99 plan or whatever, and you don't have to watch the commercials.
but you also get Young Sheldon for free too, so you can go back and watch those.
We all know how much you like young Sheldon.
He's like your kid.
Let me tell you. Live long and prosper.
I think so too. We've been going. Was it 15 minutes over?
20.
20 minutes?
20.
Ugh, oh my god.
Oh no, we can't. Oh, God forbid we go longer than an hour.
Why-
Yeah.
do we have anything else to talk about? Like we.
No, I'm pretty sure if we let
Yes.
you keep going, this may
We
end
have to
badly.
plug our thing this weekend.
Oh yeah, plugging. Gimme,
Yeah.
go ahead. You pick your first plug.
Please email me at
Your wife doesn't count.
dacemanshow@gmail.com. Please visit our
Doesn't
website, thedacemanshow.com. Fuck Twitter. No one likes Twitter.
I do Twitter.
How's Lena Dunham doing?
She shut up. Oh my God. All right, here we go.
Oh, wait,
completely-
never mind.
Stop the plugs. Stop the plugs. So October 17th,
Yeah.
18th, whenever I had to look off to my producer to say, hey, what was the date? Anyway, the 18th.
Amber, did you hear how much power he just gave you?
I have. Well, you should see how much power I fucking have.
Yeah.
After tweeting about Lena Dunham to shut up for a month, like literally every day, at Lena Dunham, stupid diamond, stupid other emoji, stupid diamond, shut up, period. She shut up.
Or because everyone was
I
pissed
like
at her
it.
for
No,
defending the
I
child
did it.
molester.
It was me. It was all me. She shut up.
100% Dace.
She
100%.
shut up because I told her
100%.
to.
Yes, that's what it was.
It was and she didn't block me. I got my message
So are
through
you
without.
still telling her?
No, I stopped because it worked. You don't kick a dog when
So
it's
what
down.
happens if she starts talking again?
I
I'll tell her
would.
to shut up.
Shut up again.
It's not,
Yeah.
it's not hard.
Yeah,
It's
he'll-
not rocket science.
Did you not learn in October when I told you to shut up the first time? But yeah, are you done plugging? Okay, we'll go back to the plugs. Titch, what do you got going on? Cheever!
Hello! So you can always follow me at Cheever at 212 on Twitter. You can also email me at Cheever212 at gmail.com or on the show. Are you plugging tonight or am I plugging Saturday?
You can plug it.
All right. So this Saturday at the Voorhees Town Center, aka other known as the Echelon Mall, we are hosting a Smash 4 tournament at the Comic
Adventure store.
Adventure store. Thank you.
Adventureland
I call
store.
it Adventureland.
Yeah,
I think of Adventure Time.
It's Adventureland store.
Yeah, I think of Adventure Time. So, yeah, that comic book store in the mall. We will be there.
It's a town center now.
Oh yeah, God,
I
can't
have
piss
been
them off.
I have been corrected by many people in the public. It is not. You're one of them.
Yeah, yes, I am.
It is not the Echelon Mall. I am too old for calling it that.
And
God.
it just shows your age. That's all.
Yeah, hard like a
So
lot.
do a lot of things.
So far, the lineup is me, Gibby, and Dace. We will be there to entertain all of you wonderful people.
I have work.
No one asked you.
All right.
No one asked you.
Actually, they did.
So, yeah, that's basically what's going on for me. Dace and I are in the midst of talking about doing some things. We
Some
are actually,
things.
for example, like the Walking Dead special. All right. Oh, yeah, I'm basically done at that point. I mean,
And then Gibby decides to go to the bathroom.
Gibby always goes to the bathroom during plugs. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, it's all that beer he drinks during the show. So you good?
I think I'm good.
I'm
unless
good.
I missed something.
All right. Follow me on Twitter at the Dace Man. Follow us all on Twitter at the Dace Man Show. Plus everything that's been listed above here. Like us on Facebook.com/the Dace Man Show. If you're watching us there live, jump on over to Twitch.tv/Dace Man and Friends. You're muted. You're muted. Fuck off. Be gone with yourself, you peasant. Be gone. I hope they raise the price of CBS Access. Anyway, make sure you. God, you made me lose the train of thought.
You're welcome, bitch.
Anyway, make sure you subscribe to us on Twitch. We got cool emojis of that guy's face. So it's like if a Trekkie.
We may be making a game.
We're gonna call it Trekgasm. There's a Trekgasm face. Your mic is still muted. I didn't unmute you.
No.
You're yelling into it for no
There
reason.
may be a game in production.
Mine. That was mine. Dick. He muted me. Anyway.
No, actually, no, you're. Oh, yeah, I didn't mute
You dick. Dick. I give you a plug and you just mute me. That's not cool.
I take all the credit.
Clearly.
Anyway, we got all kinds of subscriber perks below. We haven't given any out, but if you'd like one, we would love to give you this perks. Then subscribe, woman behind the curtain. Make sure you check out the DaceManShow.com. Like Cheever said, we will be at Adventureland store this Saturday. 11 a.m. is the tournament kickoff time. So you'll be seeing the replay of the Super Smash Bros. Wii U tournament here on Dace Man and Friends. We'll hopefully be streaming more.
Are we streaming at the event or no? Are we doing it at the factory?
Let's
That
see
is
how
the
the
question.
internet connects.
Yeah.
This first one will probably be a replay. I'm going to be straight up honest.
I'm okay with that. I was just curious.
But we will record the events of the day as we do Super Smash Bros. Wii U. And look forward to our January tournament. So when we're making the announcement at the tournament this Saturday of what dates we're doing.
Come to the tournament if you want to know what the next one
Yeah. So they're going to be fun. There's some ideas of what we want to do on our site if you go to thedacemanshow.com. But for the most part, we will make the official announcement. What? Vote for what the next tournament is? They could if they want. We
We
can
should
do
do
that.
that after the.
Oh, no, that was just me feeling out friends. Should have done that.
Feeling out other people.
Because they're more attractive. Anyway.
Damn. The shade. The shade. I am cool enough over here now.
I do what I want when I want. Anyway, it's good to be back in the studio, and I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. So for the few,
For my chicken.
for the proud, and for the Dace-tacular, as always, we will see you next Tuesday.
Oh, Saturday.
That's Saturday. Come see us Saturday.
We'll see you